said, look, hey, I know y'all are going to sin. I know y'all are sinners. Y'all are on this earth. And you know what? I can't kill a lamb or a goat or whatever the heck it is. It's not enough. It has to save the sins of the world. He had to do it that way. Okay?
Yeah, but
That
so
makes sense.
Jesus had to save the sins of the world by dying.
Yes.
Nah.
This is Wrap the News. Now, she has no idea of the scriptures or what she's talking about. And then so many people are going to be shocked in the end, devastatingly shocked at the truth. And so this brother asked me for help on his page. As long as you are doing what's right, it doesn't matter if you Jew or Gentile, you are a friend of mine and I will help you. And that is facts. As long as I see you doing what's right and saying what's right. If you do anything wrong or you're in the wrong period, I cannot help you, and this is from God. We cannot help anybody who do anything wrong. If they into false worship and everything else, we cannot help them. But if they can accept the truth, we can help them. So with that said, let's prove her completely and utterly wrong. There are two Christs, just like your man said to you. Matthew 2:1. We're going to show you the first Christ and then the infiltrated Christ that you're believing in. Matthew 2:1. Now Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea. So we all know that, so that we don't get deceived. Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, I was only sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Is he a liar? So we know this is Christ speaking, and he's saying he was only sent to who? Hebrews. He was not sent to the world. He was not sent to die for your sins. He was only sent to his lost people to bring them back to God in the Torah. There were synagogues back then. There were no churches. And so he states in Matthew 10:5, these 12 Jesus sent and commanded them. He sent them forth and commanded them, saying, go nowhere among the Gentiles. Go nowhere among the Gentiles. Go nowhere among the Gentiles. So he didn't want his people going among the Gentiles. How would he be sent to the world to save their sins? Somebody lying in the book. And so you're believing the infiltrated version of the Bible, which was actually geared towards Gentiles. We're going to prove that. Or any city of the Samaritans, which are Gentiles. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go to the Hebrews. Let's keep going. Because your husband or your man, he's right. Mark 12:29. And Jesus answered him, to let you know that he was only talking to Hebrews. The first of all commandments is, hear, O Israel. Did he say, O world? Did he say, O Gentiles? No. Everything that this Christ is saying has something to do with Israel. It has nothing to do with Gentiles, and he told you, and he warned his people, don't even go around Gentiles. Because why? If you'll watch my last video, the Gentiles have always been the enemies of the Hebrews and God. That is facts. So if you will watch the video before this video, you will know the truth. The Lord our God is one Lord. It ain't 3 in 1. Y'all God, y'all fake devil God is 3 in 1. So now, Luke 1:16, proving that he only came to Israel. And many of the children of Israel, not the children of the world, not the children of the Gentiles, only Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God. So if you look in Genesis, the same thing is being told to the Gentiles then. Let my people go so they can serve the Lord their God in the desert. God of the Hebrews is what's being written. I did not write this, neither did anybody else. So I'm not infiltrating and twisting the scriptures. It says what it says. It has nothing to do with Gentiles right here. Okay. Now, a false pagan Christ was infiltrated in the Bible, and this Christ was preached unto the Gentiles. And we're going to show you the difference between this one Christ, and this is the original Christ, and then the infiltrated Christ, the one like Son of Man, says the Bible, who came in the clouds. It's a whole different Christ. Let's get into that one. 1 Corinthians 1:23, but we preach Christ crucified. Did Christ? No. Did his people? No. Unto the Jews, Christ crucified is a stumbling block. So God's chosen people, Christ is a stumbling block? No, he was sent to them. But this Christ crucified that Paul and host are preaching is the devil. And unto the Greeks, this is foolishness, because they already got their gods. Who get this? Let's keep going. 1 Timothy 3:16, and without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. It wasn't before. God was manifest in the flesh. Now they bringing you a fleshly God, when the heavens of heaven cannot contain God. How can God fit into the flesh? People will say, well, God does whatever he wants to. The only God fitting in the flesh is the devil. Justified in the spirit, seen of the angels, and this Christ was preached unto the Gentiles. So now you have a Christ that is preaching to the Hebrew Israelites, caught up in the Roman Empire, and now you got a Christ that's preached only to these Gentiles, which we know is the devil. Because all the prophets came before only to Israel. They didn't go to the Gentile nations, because the Gentile nations, if you would read the book, had a time to have their fun, and they was going to be doomed and destroyed in the end. 2 Corinthians 1:19, for the Son of God, Jesus Christ, was preached among you by us, not by God, not by Christ, by us, Paul and host. Keep going. So you believe in a lie. 2 Corinthians 11:4, for if he that cometh preaches another Jesus, if you preaching the real Jesus, whom we have not preached, we preaching Christ crucified, the star God. Or if you receive another spirit which you have not received, or another gospel which you have not accepted, you might well bear with him. You might listen to us. I doubt that you would listen to us, and I'm just saying, and I ain't trying to be negative here, but I'm watching the video, and a person with a heart so strong, believing in falsehood and lies, is not easily convinced of the truth. The lie is too good for you. The lie you've been living is too good for you. And so when somebody tells you the truth, it saddens you, or it makes you enraged, like I saw you in the video. That man was calm as hell, and you're acting like a tyrant. You're out of order as a woman in the Bible. If you believe in the Bible, he is the head of household. He makes the rules, and God told you to keep silent. You ain't going to believe that either, huh? Let's keep going. Now, this infiltrated Jesus is a star constellation and was not born in Bethlehem, as we know the real Christ to be born. Where was this Jesus born? He was born in the stars. Revelations 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. I wonder what this wonder is. Wonder Woman, a woman clothed with the sun. So what's in heaven? Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is in heaven. Y'all know what Wonder Woman is. And the moon under her feet, star worship, which God says, do not do. And upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with Christ, child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. So now we got one Christ born in Bethlehem, in Judea, modern day Bani Israel, and another one here is in the stars, falling down with Satan. This Jesus also came down with the devil and his kingdom. Let's prove it. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out. Cast out of where? Heaven. That old serpent called the devil and the Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, which is the nations. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels, which is demons, were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice, and listened carefully, saying, in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. The power of his Christ is coming down with the devil. You don't understand? You don't get it? Because it's a devil kingdom. It's a beast kingdom that's coming down to the earth. That's why it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because the devil is coming down to you, and he has a short time. Look up 40 and 2 months in the Bible, and you'll find his short time. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. But woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is coming down to you. This Christ crucified. 1 Corinthians 10:20. But I say the things which the Gentiles sacrifice. The same person that came to preach to you, Paul, your apostle, he is saying, you sacrifice the devils and not to God. You are worshiping this devil that came down. It's clear. You understand it.
You man. There's two Jesus in the Bible.
But Jesus believes in nothing but good. He says, do good. I don't give a fuck if somebody slaps you in the face, turn the other cheek. How is that even? That doesn't make sense.
That's the devil masquerading as good.
Well, he's been doing it for a long time now. He's got a lot of people to be good.
No, he ain't doing it for a long time.
In the name of Jesus.
Jesus ain't here.
Brad, that doesn't make sense.
Jesus in the Bible is Satan.
I will never believe that ever in a million
Only
years.
God can say, hold on.
Jesus in the Bible is Satan. They are both the morning star. Isaiah 4:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, Lucifer, O bright morning star? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Because they believe in this Christ. And how do we know that this is Christ? Because Christ is the same bright morning star. Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angels to testify unto you these things in the churches. There was no churches back then. There were synagogues. So we know that this is an infiltrated lie. I am the root and offspring of David, which is the real Christ. So people is looking at him like the real Christ. But he's saying, I'm also the bright and morning star. I'm also Lucifer. Unless there's two bright suns that's coming up in the morning. You know, the Father and the Son. And Jesus and Satan will return all power and dominion back to God in the end. So you have in Daniel's 7:26, and the judgment shall sit that his power, and it's talking about Satan, may be taken away. By who? God. And be broken into pieces and perish at the end. So Satan is delivering his power over to God in the end, which letting you know is Jesus Christ, because Jesus is doing the exact same thing as Satan. 1 Corinthians 15:24. Then cometh the end, when he, Jesus, shall have delivered up the kingdom to God, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and all power and all dominion. Why? Because time's up. The power is going to be taken, and you're going to hell with Paul Tarsus, the false prophet. It's right there in the scriptures if you want to know the truth. Nothing is twisted. You can go read it yourself. That's why I put the verses there, so everybody can understand it. It ain't twisted. It ain't altered. It's straight up the way that it is. I even put the version of the Bible that I came from, unless the regular versions are King James mostly.
Only way Hebrew Israelites is the only way we can get to heaven is through.
I'm not listening to it anymore.
Hold on, the only way you and me could get to heaven is through a Hebrew Israelite. What?
Blasphemy.
That's not blasphemy.
Serious? You just said that?
That's the only way for us to get to heaven. A Hebrew Israelite. And you said you don't know none?
Brad.
Do you know any Hebrew
Israelite?
Israelite?
I will pray for you as much as I possibly can, but that is like the worst thing I've ever heard you say. And you said some shit to me in my life.
Why is that the worst thing?
I can't believe you just
Because I told you how to get to heaven.
You're telling me another person on this earth right now is the only way I can get to heaven? Bitch, you are fucking wrong.
You think it's through Jesus?
I know it is. I know that God said so.
So unless the Gentiles come to the Hebrews light, or come to the Hebrews period or go through the Hebrews period, they cannot be saved. Let's prove that with the scriptures. John 4:22. We'll start out with this one. You, and that's you Gentiles, worship which you know not. We know what we worship. So y'all don't know y'all worshiping the devil. This is why this woman is confused. But we know we worshiping the God of Israel. For salvation is from the Jews. What do you mean by that? He's telling the Gentile woman, salvation comes from the Jew. Every prophet, every messenger, everybody that was sent by God was a black man, if you don't understand it. And if you don't understand that and believe that, then you need to watch the video where I show you in the scriptures that all the prophets were black. Even Jesus. You got to understand. How in the hell are they in the Middle East white? How in the hell are they right in next to Africa white? They not. You got deceived. Genesis 12:3. And I will bless them that bless you, and curse him that curses thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. You cannot be blessed, woman, unless you be blessed in a Hebrew Israelite. Whether you want to face that or not, you go up to God and tell him he wrong. Because I didn't go back 3,000 some odd years and converse with God to prove some bullshit to you today. I didn't write the book. Neither did you. But if you say you're believing in the book, the Old and New Testament, which are merged together, then why don't you believe in the book? Let's keep going. Genesis 22:18. And in thy seed, and that's Abraham's seed, his children, the Hebrews, shall all the nations, which is our Gentile nations, of the earth be blessed. If you don't go through Abraham's seed, you ain't getting into heaven, neither are you blessed. Whether you like this or you don't like it. And this is the God's way of making your pompous ass come down and be humble. Because all pride he going to destroy in the end. He is coming back, he says, to destroy the pride of men. This is his way of humbling you. Isaiah 49:6. And I will also give thee for a light to the Gentile. To who? The Gentiles. That thou mayest be my salvation. That we may be what? Salvation to you unto the ends of the earth and to all the nations. We are the what? Salvation to you. If you do not come through us, you get no damn salvation. You were lied to. And if Jesus was a black man, you have to be going through black Jesus. That's what it said. Come through the Son to get to God. Well, come through the Son. You know. I'm telling you to go to God, but God, this is what God is telling you. It has nothing to do with Rap the News. If you're saying you believe in the Bible, if you're saying you believe in the scriptures, well, now you know the truth. Your husband is right. Your husband is right. And your husband was right. You need to respect that man. This is Rap the News.
He didn't say anything about no damn Hebrew Israelite that I may have, might not have met, and may have met. You're crazy.
I'm telling you, you met some
You're
Hebrew
crazy.
Israelites.
Who the fuck are they? I don't know anybody.
You don't know one.
No, hell no.
I look in Deuteronomy.
Do you know what Hebrew Israelite is? It's a you're a European white person or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right, right.
Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about?
Hebrew Israelites are who in the Bible? Who does it say?
They're way over there, and that was
They're in Israel.
sandy
You
part
think
of the
they're
world.
in Israel?
I don't. That's what they were. That's what their name says they are. They're in the Hebrew part of the world.
They're over here.
I'm sure there are some, right? America's very versatile. There's a bunch of different people over here.
You said they were slaves, though, right?
Back then, they were slaves,
So how long had
not
they?
at all now.
How long? Not at all now, though. How long had they been
Well,
slaves? You're
maybe
right
over
about
there.
one. You're right about that.
Maybe over there, but not now.
No, they're not slaves over there or here.
Usually they come here and be pretty well off.
They're not slaves nowhere no more.
I don't fucking know. I've never met one.
You've never met a Hebrew Israelite?
Hell no.
How you know? You don't know who they are?
Bro, have you ever met anybody that you thought was a Hebrew
The Bible describes who
You got some fucking issues.
the
you
Bible
got.
describes
I
who
really
they
believe
are.
you're
Why don't
crazy.
you want to see who they are? Then you know if you met some before.
But I never met anybody that was from that part. I mean, I'm sure I have met somebody, but I've never been friends or associated with somebody from that part of the fucking world. So what are you talking about?
What part of the world, man?
Where there would be a Hebrew Israelite.
They've been shipped around.
A person
All right.
that's describing where they come from.
They were sold to the. Let me try to help you out. They were sold to the. They were sold to bondsmen and stuff like that. They were slaves. Like that. Slaves. Anybody involved in the slave trade?
I don't know about that.
You don't know anybody that was involved in the slave trade?
Hell no. Do you?
Oh yeah, I know plenty of people that's involved in the slave trade.
Oh, God damn it, man. You motherfucking bitch. No, the fuck you don't.
I don't.
Quit talking to me. Stupid motherfucker.